Hi, everybody. This is a little review or little additional notes on today's lesson. Now, this one is asking us to do standard form converting to intercept form. So the first thing we need to make sure we remember, standard form is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Intercept form, and when we say intercept, we are talking about x-intercepts, would be y equals a x minus p x minus q. So, the way we are doing this, if I'm going from a standard form to an intercept form, if you notice, those are factors. So what do we need to do? We need to factor these to convert it. So let's look at a couple examples. And again, you guys, if we need practice on factoring, I need you to take the responsibility and be proactive for your learning and make sure you can do this. I can't tell you enough how you need to be able to have factoring skills for this class and moving on to other math classes. Okay, number one, let's say we have y is equal to x squared, let's say plus 7x plus 6. We looked at something like this today. So how does this factor? Multiply to get the 6, add up to get the 7. It would be plus 6 and plus 1. This is intercept form. Whoops. It is intercept form. And this, you guys, was that standard form. So we converted it from standard to intercept. And again, you have to be able to factor. And again, you guys, always when you're factoring, you're always looking to see if there's possibly a greatest common factor. So you're always going to look for that first. All right, let's do another one. Number 2, let's say y is equal to x squared minus 10x minus 24. What multiplies to get a 24? A negative 24. Combined can give you a negative 10. Adding or subtracting to those numbers to get a negative 10. What are we going to have when we factor? We have binomials. An x and an x. Now, if you look at 24, our possibilities are 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 4 and 6, 3 and 8, right? Those are the factors that multiply to get a 24. Which one of these can get us to a 10? Do you see how a 2 and a 12 can get to a 10 by adding or subtracting? It's a negative 10, so the 12 would need to be the negative. So we get x minus 12 and x plus 2. Now, how do we know this is right? You can take a look by doing FOIL and going back. Now, again, you guys, the other thing you can always do with a ton of math is to check it as far as graphically. And one way you could do this is you could put both functions in and see if they overlap, see if they are the exact same function, which they should be. And if they're not, something's amiss. Okay, let's take a look. Let's go to another page. All right, number 3. This time, we're going to say 2x squared minus 8x minus 24. Let's see if this works. So, first things first. Do you notice every single one could factor by a 2, which is our GCF, is a 2. What do we have? We are factoring every term by a 2. What does that mean? That means we are dividing, right? Every term divided by a 2. Now, how does this go into intercept form? We have the 2 on the outside, and then we would factor this. 12, what are the possibilities? 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Which one of those looks like it can get you to a 4? How about a 2 and a 6? This would have to be a negative 6 because we have a negative 4. So we're going to have x minus 6 and x plus 2. Again, if you want to check it on a calculator or on Desmos, graph this one and graph this one and see if they overlap, which means they would be the exact same thing, which they should be. Let's try one more. Number 4. Let's try y is equal to 3x, what should we make it? Plus 12 minus, let's try 63. Okay, what do you think our GCF is? Let's take care of that first. Divide every one by 3. So, our intercept form is going to be the factored form. X and an X. 21, we only have, oops, let me write that better. We only have 2 to choose from, right? 1 and 21, can that get us to a 4 by adding or subtracting? 3 and a 7, yes, that could get a 4 by adding or subtracting. The 7 would have to be positive, and the 3 would be negative. So we have a plus 7 and a minus 3. Notice the plus and the minus. Notice that this is a minus right there. That's why we have that plus and that minus. That would be the intercept form. So again, you guys, if you need help going from standard to factoring, which is basically what this is, you really need to ask for help. Be proactive for your learning. Get into the Math Resource Center. Meet with me. Get some extra practice. It's your responsibility to make sure you have this skill mastered. All right, you guys, see you next time.